Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's episode we're going to get this old red motor that I've had laying around for a while. We're going to have a bit of a look at it. I bought it from a deceased estate. It was sitting in a container for 20 odd years, I believe. It looks pretty clean. It looks got a few little bits and bobs on it, so someone's obviously cared for it many years ago. But let's have a bit of a sticky bet because there's a few things on here that I haven't seen before on this motor. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so here it is. Like I said, that's how it was when I pulled it out. I haven't really done anything to it. It's got a few nice little covers that have been put on. The fuel pump's been blocked off. A few little chrome bits and pieces on the front. So it looks as though someone's tidied it up in its day. This head looks like it's had a fair bit of work because they've got the head bolts sunken in. So I'm a bit curious to see what's inside this. I want to pull the cover off, have a look what's underneath that in the rock cover, and then put it all together and see if we can get this thing started. Here's some parts that I grabbed, which look red motor parts also, that I've had there in the pile. It did actually have bolted on the back of it, it had a Trimatic. I'm going to convert it to a manual. So I want to be able to put a grey motor box on it, because I may put it in the FJ. Let's take these bolts out and lift this cover off. I put some tape over it, did have some rag stuffed in there originally, so I just put some tape on it, just keep the crap out. Well, they're not really tight. Well, barely sitting in there. Not really the best studs, but anyway. Take some of these off. I'm pretty curious about this head though, how it's been, looks like it's been ported quite a bit with the sunken head bolts. I haven't really seen that, but if you have, let me know. All right, let's have a look. Oh, the rocket cover gasket's knackered. God, it's pretty clean though. Jeez, look at that. What do we got here? They are some serious rockers. Wow. All right, I'll bring you down. You can have a look at this. It's pretty cool. All right, guys. If someone can comment and let me know what these are, because I've not really had a huge amount to do with red motor stuff. So if you know what these rockers are, I mean, they look pretty beefy. I mean, look pretty beefy. Look at that. Still just got, oh no, it's got double springs. Double valve springs. Wow, someone's spent some time and effort and some money on this. I can't really see if there's any markings on them besides the number 5 here on the top. Well, they are pretty meaty looking. Even the push rods look like they're a bit bigger than the norm. Could be wrong, but anyway. Well, there you go. Well, let's set you back there. Let's turn it over and just see if we can for a start. Well, it turns pretty easy. Got some pressure. So what I do, let's pull that off. Okay, so there's no number ones here. The firing order is written on the 153624. Oh, well, there you go. So 153624. Let's get some of these out and have a look. Very interesting. Now I'm not gonna pull the thing apart if there's nothing wrong with it. I would like to hear it go though. So let's just see what we can find out before we fire this thing up, if it will go. Let's have a look. Okay. So that ignition has got scorcher ignition. Scorcher ignition. Even the plugs look fairly good. Look fairly new, to be honest. BP5ES. Alright, let's turn it. I could be wrong, but let me know if they're roller rockers. Very interesting. It's turning nice. Guys had some porting done. Wow. Sorry if my head's in the way, guys. I'm just trying to see if I can see anything on these pistons. Pretty dirty. Must have hydraulic lifters. All right, let's get this cover back on and start bolting this thing together. I want to see if this thing can run. Just picked this up, a 6-cylinder flywheel, and it actually did come with this. I did clean it up a bit. The clutch, I will end up getting a new one, but just to dummy fit everything to make sure it's all going to work. I did throw this on the lathe, and I took a bit of meat off it, just to help, because these things are near on, I think they're 9.6 factory spec. And you can get a lightened one, but lightened ones. So hopefully I've taken a couple of kilos off that. I will measure that before I bolt it on. Alright guys, as you can see, I've got everything bolted up. Extractors, manifold, carby, starter motors on, flywheel, clutch, all seem to go on really well. And I just got that bell housing on, just so the starter motor goes on it. Alright, everything else seems to be right. I've taken the plugs out as you've seen, and the cap off it. I might put some power to this thing and see if we can get it to wind over. Let's do it. Alright guys, I've got it connected up, battery on it. Let's just wind her over and see if we can get some oil up. battery's a bit shit. I've got some cables hooked up to it just to give it a bit of extra boost because as it went dead. Let's try again. Let's see if we can get some oil up on this motor. Let's try again. Here we go. Might put a little bit of oil down, a couple of pumps of oil in each cylinder. So take this one off just so it's not going to pump so hard. That way there I don't have all the oil spraying out over you and the camera. Alright, get a bit more boost. Oh, we got pressure. I got all pissing out. It's a good sign. I don't know if you can see that, but I got all pissing out. Well, that is a very good sign. All right, guys, so it's the next day. I've been mucking around a little bit off camera. I've cleaned up an old fuel pump that I had. I took this blank plate, took the blank plate off, and just put this on. I'm not sure if it works or not. It seems to be pumping. I've just had some old lines there that I'm just going to try and dummy up to some fuel, and see if it pumps and we can get fuel to that. I also want to take the plugs back out. I just had them sitting in overnight while it was, so no crap gets in there basically. So I just want to put some power to it again and wind it over. I did plug off the little bung there on the side of the oil pump where I suppose the oil pressure switch goes to, or gauge. So I've plugged that off. Hopefully that doesn't pour out again. So I think we'll give it a bit of a spin over and just see how she rolls. All right, guys, got everything connected. I've got some fuel going in. I don't have a hot wire coil on. I just want to see if I can get some fuel, get it up into the carby. So I've done a bit of a connection here. Trying to see if that fuel pump is any good. So the leads are connected, starter motor's on. Let's try and get some oil pressure up the top, and hopefully it doesn't come pouring at the bottom. Let's get that out of the way. Bit of old water coming out there. Seeing any fuel or oil yet. Bit of old rusty water coming out. Starting to see a little bit of oil now. Not seeing any fuel though. Let's see if I can get any suction. Not really. least amount of fuel or suction in it. Tighten that up, leaking a bit. I think that fuel pump's a bit shattered. Let's see if I can get some fuel up here. That seal is sucking out. Alright, so I've just cut a new little rubber seal just to see if that helps, because it seems to be sucking in air. Come out. This old seal is hard as a rock. Hopefully, this new bit of rubber I've cut is enough to make it seal. We'll see. All right, let's try again. So I've double layered this, cut 2 new rings with some rubber. Otherwise I was going to swap this one over, put a FJ one on it. But it looks as though it might be okay. So let's try and get some fuel up, see if we can get some oil going. Alright, looks like it's holding, not sucking air. I am getting some oil coming up. I'm not actually seeing any fuel as such, but I might crack that and have a look what happens. Just getting fuel. Just pumping the fuel in. Okay. It's got a bit of fuel coming out there, so So obviously she's just pumping fuel straight in. All right guys, pretty happy where we're at. I think we'll end the episode there. In the next one, we will try to get this thing started.